That thing, the British NSA, confirming what you said about Cass Sunstein's academic theory that they should infiltrate internet sites and organizations and all of that stuff. And now they confirm that that's exactly what is happening here in America.
And in England as well.
And that's yet another. That's just another confirmation of everything. Is there one thing now in the past 5 years that we've predicted that has not yet come to fruition?
Well, there's lots. Well, the big one is economic collapse.
Well, yeah, the total collapse of the economy.
I'm hoping that one is wrong.
I mean, we all hope and pray that never comes to fruition. But so many of these things
all
that
of the
we've
things,
talked about.
All of the things.
One after another.
That we said, warning, these things will happen, are now happening. And all of the things that we were called crazy for.
Oh, yeah.
Conspiracy. You know, listen to this. This is... okay, they're calling it the Stasi for Generation Internet. Stasi is the German police.
Yeah.
For Generation Internet. Greenwald's latest revelation focuses on GCHQ's previously secret unit, JTRIG, the Joint Threat Research Intelligence Group. Among the core self-identified purposes are two tactics. One, to inject all sorts of false material into the Internet in order to destroy the reputation of its targets.
Wow.
Two, to use social... Yeah.
Think about that in the scope of the birther thing, which no Republicans, no conservatives, nobody sane ever brings up. But yet that's what keeps coming back over and over and over and over again. It's they who are feeding it.
Yes. Right. Inject all sorts of false material into the Internet in order to destroy the reputation of its targets.
Amazing.
So if you are a target... you're going to be discredited. Look at we've seen this. Look at how the Tea Party has been discredited.
Oh, yeah.
Use social sciences and other techniques to manipulate online discourse and activism to generate outcomes it considers desirable. To see how extremist these programs are, just consider the tactics they boast of using to achieve those ends. False flag operations. Posting material onto the Internet and falsely attributing it to somebody else. That happens to me all the time. All the time. They will take things. I see it all the time. Quotes that I supposedly said. I'm like, I never said that. I never did that. Fake victim blog posts. Pretend to be a victim of the individual whose reputation they want to destroy. And posting negative information on various forums. Here's one illustrative list of tactics from the latest GCHQ document. Disruption operational playbook, infiltration operation, ruse operation, set piece operation, false flag operations, false rescue operation, disruption operation, and sting operation. Other tactics aimed at individuals are listed under the revealing title Discredit a Target, set up a honey trap, change their photos on social networking sites, write a blog purporting to be one of the victims, email and text their colleagues, neighbors, and friends. To discredit a company, leak confidential information to companies via the press and blogs. Post negative information on appropriate forums. Stop deals and ruin their business relationships.
Huh. Wow.
These are things that our governments are currently doing. They are currently doing. Greenwald's punchline is disturbing and is sure to make paranoid conspiracy theorists crawl even deeper into their holes for one simple reason. All the worst fears are true all along. No matter your view on anonymous hacktivists or garden variety criminals, it is not difficult to see how dangerous it is to have secret government agencies being able to target any individual that they want who have never been charged with, let alone convicted of, any crimes with these sorts of online deception-based tactics of reputation destruction and disruption. The broader point is that far beyond hacktivists, these surveillance agencies have vested themselves with the power to deliberately ruin people's reputations and disrupt their online political activity, even though they've never been charged with crimes, even though their actions have no conceivable connection to terrorism or any national security threats. As an anonymous expert told me, targeting anonymous and hacktivists amounts to targeting citizens for expressing their political beliefs, resulting in the stifling of legitimate dissent. Pointing to this study she published, blah, 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 is there anything terrorist violent in their actions? At this point, Greenwald takes a detour into the Cass Sunstein topic. Who is Cass Sunstein? Government plans to monitor and influence internet communications, covertly infiltrate online communities in order to sow dissension and disseminate false information. Harvard Law professor Cass Sunstein, a close Obama advisor of the White House, former head of the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, wrote the controversial paper at Harvard in 2008. Sunstein also proposed sending covert agents into chat rooms, online social networks, even real space groups, which spread what he views as false and damaging conspiracy theories about the government. Ironically, the very same Sunstein, recently named by Obama to serve as the member of the NSA review panel created by the White House. One that, while disputing key NSA claims, proceeded to propose many cosmetic reforms to the agency's powers, most of which were ignored by the president. But while until now there was only speculation that his policies had been implemented, there was no proof. But these GCHQ documents are the first to prove that major Western governments are using some of the most controversial techniques to disseminate deception online and harm the reputation of the targets. I will tell you that I read the Blaze and I read the comment section on the on Glenbeck.com occasionally. I do read Facebook and Twitter. I try to do that, once a day for maybe 25 minutes. And I am always shocked by the people who are there. And I'm shocked by the things they claim. They always claim to be fans of the show. I'm a fan of the show, but boy, he really sold out this time. I watched the stuff on the Google thing, and it's funny because I had just read this report, and then I look at the comments, and there is really no reason to believe any of those people. Some of those people may be real. Some of those people may not be real. Some of those people may be paid by another organization. They may be part of the government. I don't know. But that's one of the real problems with the internet on comment sections is they are anonymous. And so you don't know people's intent. Some people just get their kicks. Frank Sinatra said it, right? Some people get their kicks on stomping on somebody's dreams. They do. They just that's what they enjoy. Somebody's got a dream. They got to kick it apart and they love that. So you have those people. You have people who have a real beef. You have people who are just hate me because of my opinion, or on the other side, hate the president because of his opinion. And so they will do and say everything, and they live to plant the seeds of destruction. Those are all normal, and we expect that in our society. But there is also now a confirmed upper level where that is being orchestrated by Western governments. This is, when Cass Sunstein was first appointed, I said, I want you to understand, he is not appointed as the head of regulatory agency. He is the head of the regulatory and information agency.
In fact, I think information is the first part of that.
Information and regulatory. Yeah.
So that's that might even be the priority for Sunstein when he was there. And none of this stuff, they used to use that excuse all the time. Oh, that's just academic with him and Holdren, because they both wrote unbelievably outrageous things. And it's, that's academic. They're brainiacs who just like to, kick this stuff around. No, they're implementing their theories. They're implementing their thoughts. They're implementing their action plans. And this is the proof of it.
Yeah. Well, now we get the half step here where they'll say, well, this is only happening in Great Britain. This is just Great Britain. This story's only about Great Britain, not happening here. Until the one that comes out about it happening here, we get to be called crazy again, because now it's only happening. Only Great Britain would do something like this. You have to understand.
We would never do anything like that.
Never. Until it comes out. Never. We'll never
We've investigated and used the IRS. We've used agencies to come down on people and destroy them, but we would never infiltrate. We'd never do that. We'd never pose. We'd never leak lies about people and push it out into the system. We would never do that, ever. Really? You do all the other stuff, but not that. I'm not saying this for any other reason other than you have to be extraordinarily careful on what you look when you read, especially comment sections. It is easy to get the view that, wow, I'm kind of alone. Mm-hmm. It makes you go, well, maybe it's just me. Because there's a lot of people who are like, I love the Blaze. Mm-hmm. I love all this stuff. But Glenn Beck, he's just bad, you know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so you start to, that's why when that piece came out from Google, where the Google guys are standing there and saying, no, they will be studying Glenn for decades because he's the most successful at trying to do this, and nobody else has been able to do it. Look what he's done. That's why we released that. I said immediately, put that on Facebook, put that everywhere you can, and I'm asking you now, go find that and spread that everywhere, because those things psychologically make a difference. And know that we are not the kind of people that like to play psychological games. We don't like that, but they are. And while I don't want to get into, if I were really truly playing psychological games, I wouldn't be telling you this on the air. I'm telling you that you got to fight fire with fire, but you do it openly, transparently, and you know the game that they're playing. That's playing, really, honestly, you fight fire with water. And that's much better if you know the game they're playing. So when you see things like that, don't engage. Just don't engage. And if you see people like that, understand. And we're going to I'm going to actually have somebody from the ACLU on tonight to talk about this. The ACLU. And they are upset about this just as much as you are. And that's at 5 o'clock. You have to understand it and then fight fire with water.